Wouldn't dare to interrupt her. At the bottom right, we have our Protoss player playing for the Prime team. It is
Creator Prime.
But it's pretty funny. This guy has one role and he practices it all day in front of a mirror.
I bet he's also the guy. He's like I may be guy, but did you know that Ohana means family? He tweets at me. I'm like, of course I knew that. Come on, guy. Like, you got to get better. You got to get better at this. All right, at the top left in the blue, our MVP player is
MVP. Don't let go.
Even she has to laugh. You could hear the smile in her voice.
She's trying to concentrate. She's trying to focus. Well, Creator going for a Probe Scout. This time Pylon on the low ground. No weird build here. Probe doing a little dance as he denies the minerals.
So right now, of course, he tries to block the expansion again, tries to force DRG to the safe build where he gets his, well, spawning pool instead of a hatch first. That's just exactly what you need to know. If there's a probe around as a Zerg player, nah, you don't want to throw this hatch. You want to start with the pool. The hatch is just, nah. It's annoying enough or just threatening enough if your opponent does not have a probe in your vicinity, but if there's already one in the main base, no way.
Are you really going to bank your hatchery placement based on if the probe messes up his block on you? No. And even if you do get the hatchery down, the cannon possibility is also there. It's just, it's not comfortable. And now he's going to try to take this hatchery here. He's not going to be able to. When the Lings come out, he will. Dongrygu actually going to make the choice here not to take the third base on Ohana, though. Wants this base so badly, and Creator allows it. He says that's fine.
Creator currently started his forge, so once again with the Nexus first. And the Overlord spots it. Flies in, sees everything. And DRG is just thinking, thank you, Blizzard, for this Overlord patch.
That's exactly what he's thinking right now. He's like, I cannot wait for evolution chambers to be used first, as Wolf was talking about yesterday. But you know, we talked about this briefly, like why would anyone make an evolution chamber first? But in Heart of the Swarm, you get the creep spread on evolution chamber tech. We didn't talk about that actually. That could be a thing in the future.
That could be a thing. We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, I don't actually know how those timings will work out. I think it would be a little bit weird. It's like the metagame is like people are going evolution chamber first to block the hatchery, so people just start going two-game proxy and just killing people.
Sounds like a TLO strategy.
Yeah, sounds like that indeed. Well, Queen is going to make her slow descent down the ramp. She's very careful about that, doesn't want to trip. And, you know, most people think that Creep would be slippery to walk on, but for Queens, it's the opposite. They have to walk very slowly. Actually, when you watch a Queen walk off Creep, it's like watching a person walk on ice very slowly. Make sure they don't fall. Got to be very careful.
Oh, I'm usually the person that falls.
Me too, actually. Actually, whenever I go ice skating, which I'm terrible at, by the way, I'm always the guy who, like, just does not fall, but also doesn't do anything fun. I'm just, like, very careful and slowly moving around on the ice, and everyone's like, no, let's race. And I'm like, no. And then they fall, and I'm like, ah, see?
When I go ice skating, I have one problem. I can't really brake or slow down. So at first, it's a little bit awkward. Then I get more comfortable with everything, and I try to go as fast as possible. And then I suddenly remember that I don't know how to slow down, and I don't know how to brake. And I'm like, that was not a smart idea. And then I basically just look for one of those trees or borders or whatever that I can crush in without doing too much damage.
Exactly.
Like, okay, that's mine.
And
right
then
there.
some guy comes out with like a whistle and a referee outfit or something, and he's like, don't do that again, please, sir. Like, please don't do that.
I'm trying. Give me a break.
These Lings are playing ring around the Rosie here. He's actually going to try to come up and see if the Forge is researching. A nice scout there. That's actually so important to check for.
Not even one shot with a cannon.
Yeah.
He sees the +1 attack upgrade. We have the double gateways, the third gateway at the bottom right now, once again going up to those 4 gates.
And this time he's got a probe on the map and he makes a forward pylon, so he's actually going to commit this time, unlike last time.
He might just warp those zealots onto the low ground so that they have a nice day at the campfire, but I actually doubt it.
No, I don't think so. Zealots actually aren't really into the whole campfire thing. They don't.
Who isn't?
I mean, they just can't eat marshmallows.
You probably. You don't like ice cream. You don't like.
I like camps, campfires. I like s'mores. Yeah, I do like these things.
Wow.
But usually I don't toast my marshmallows very much. I just get them a little bit heated.
Toasting marshmallows is an American thing that actually doesn't taste good.
I mean, if you warm them up a little bit, that's one thing. But if you burn them, oh, that's just, you're right, it doesn't taste good.
All right, but no campfire time for those zealots. No, they have to fight. They have to war battle.
Yeah, and Dongre-gu is going to sit around a campfire and tell the story of how he held the 4 gateway pressure or didn't. We're going to find out what the ending of the story is very soon here as 4 Zealots warp in.
That sounded like, but before that, we're heading to a commercial break. But guys, we are not, no. We are heading right into the battle. Here we have them, the Zealots and the Stalkers. They are approaching. Of course, we have now Roaches in the queue. And a few
These Zealots need to be targeted. He's trying to fight a Spine Crawler with just a few units. This makes the Spine Crawler very useful indeed. And
nice surround.
Yeah, he's actually going to defend the Spine Crawler with his drones. Finally one Zealot connects and takes it out. He's got to be careful with the very few Roaches he has out right now.
But there are not a lot of Stalkers. That's one of the problems that he has. But look at these Zealots. There are so many of them. He already has 8 on the map. And this is definitely a problem. Not necessarily against the Roaches, but the Queen dies as well. Look at these drones. All of them down on the red.
This is not a comfortable position for Dongre-gu, but he does have now the units he needs to hold as long as he micros well. But the fact of the matter is there's just so many Zealots. Accidentally attacking the rocks there for a second, but now the Roaches are surrounded. The Stalkers coming in here as well, adding the extra damage.
He actually doesn't surround them. He just chases them and gives them the chance to kite. He could have surrounded them with a split on those 8 Zealots. It would have been much better for him. But now we also have a lot of Stalkers in there. But it might be a little bit too late. I think with better unit control, Creator could have done so much damage here. But now it's just a numbers game.
Exactly.
And this is one that DRG is going to win.
He will. The Roaches come in, clean up the last of the Stalkers. The drones have already resumed mining. The last Stalkers fall here. He lost 1 forward pylon. If he's lucky, the Lynx won't find the second one. But if he micros a Stalker too far back, they're going to find it.
Yeah, now he knows about it.
Yep. And now he's going to take it out. And this is really bad for Creator. Now trying to transition back at home with the Twilight Council.
Drones killed, only 3 so far, and the drone count at this point is even for both players. But of course, with the lava mechanics kicking in, the Creator has no chance of catching up in the harvester count. DRG will just produce drone after drone, and he will be ready. There are 2 bases for the Protoss player. This is a tough call.
Yeah, this is he's kind of backed into a corner right now. He's adding extra gateways, probably going to go for a second attack if he wants to. He can try to take a third, but that's not going to be something Dongre-gu allows. Look at all the units he already has on the map. He's been droning up ever since he held the attack, but because of this, he's got the economy to just, with the next few waves of larva injects, just actually make a bunch more Roaches and continue to pressure Creator's third base. He's kind of stuck on 2 bases. It's going to be very difficult for him to move out right now. And he killed the Queen, which meant a lot of lost larva injects, but now the creep is being connected. And Dongre-gu is looking good here, looking fine.
The drone count is now at 71. Of course, he gets now additional gas. He has his LATEC completed, so he can start his speed upgrade for the Roaches, which he didn't do just yet, but he will soon. And of course, also the infestation pit. So at this point, Creator is definitely a little bit in trouble. His expansion will be much later. We have even a 4th coming up now for his opponent. And this is just really good for DRG. He held against his opponent's attack, and now he's in a great position. He didn't lose too much. Creator even supply blocked here. Gets 2 additional pylons. Is a little bit ahead in tech, but that's just something that he can't use right now.
Yeah, this is... I mean, you're right. I mean, it's like last game. Yeah, you had the upgrades he needed, but he didn't have the units.
I think that DRG actually forgot the speed upgrade for the Roaches.
I think you're right. I mean,
he doesn't research it, and I haven't seen it.
No, yeah, he totally forgot it.
Yeah, he has the resources, so there's no reason for him to not get it. I think he completely forgot. And it might actually matter later on. If
it definitely will if he doesn't get it.
Yeah, exactly. If he doesn't realize what's going on.
Yeah, imagine how good force fields are against speed Roaches, and then imagine that being basically 3 times as good, because that's what it's like against slow Roaches. First few Infestors coming out here, he needs to realize this mistake with his Roaches. I think eventually he's going to be like, wait a minute, where are all my Roaches? He's going to look at the minimap and be like, why are they so far behind? Wait a second.
Yeah, but if that doesn't happen, then at some point after the fight, he will be, wait a minute, where are my Roaches? And then he will be like, oh, they are all dead because I forgot my upgrade. Awesome. Well, no, not really.
That's the other possibility that can occur, and may occur if he does not actually start to realize this. The Overseer comes in here, doesn't get a lot of information, but he will see the blink.
And die. A hero's death.
Yeah, a hero died today. 2 more heroes, though, in the lineup.
Yeah, we have 2 more heroes today.
5 Infestors coming out here for Dongre-gu. Those are going to be really important because if his Roaches can't move quickly, at least he can fight against immobile armies. But there's so many Immortals on the map, and with all the sentries he has, the Infestors are going to be the only thing that do damage if Creator has good force fields here.
There it is. There it is, the speed upgrade for the Roaches.
That was intense. That was a close call.
Dodging a bullet here.
Yeah. Neural Parasite is not going to be ready for this fight.
But he has to attack. He needs to take this timing.
Exactly, and here we go.
But I don't really like this against this army that Creator has. I think falling back and preparing for the late game, denying a fourth would be his better option here. Just look at these force fields. He's leading with the Infested Terrans right now, but there are so many Immortals already. The Sentries too. 4 Immortals, 19 Stalkers, and the Sentries. Can he really break through here? This is a ton of Infested Terrans, but it might just not be enough.
It may not. Indeed, the Roaches come in now, but like you said, they're slow. The Immortals just do so much damage, and even though it looks like from the outside, like, oh, it looks like he traded okay here. Look at Dongrigu's supply plummet like crazy.
He didn't trade okay. He actually lost this engagement.
He lost everything.
Resources lost at this point in time is definitely in favor of Creator. So he turned things around. After this original attack, Creator was behind in resources lost. Right now, he's in the better position. Yeah. So that was not a cost-efficient trade for DRG, even though he traded energy as well.
I mean, when those Infested Terrans came down, yeah, he killed a lot of cannons, but that's about all he really got with that attack. He kept his Infestors alive for the most part, though. 8 of them on the map right now. But they don't have energy, and if Creator attacks, this could be scary for him. He's got the Banelings defensively now, though. And Dongrigu, the most important thing that he does have right now going for him is he's got that 4th base up, he's got the gases there, and this is really crucial. He can start his Hive Tech soon if he wants to, but he's got to be so scared about Creator moving out again.
I'm always cringing a little bit when I see an Zerg player attacking into this 3rd base on Ohana, just because of how this thing works with the choke point to your right side. With good force fields, you can do so much damage, and you can really split your opponent's army very, very well. Doesn't mean that it doesn't work in general, but it's just like, it's very, very dangerous when your opponent already has a force this big with so many sentries and the Immortals as well. If he plays a lot of attention to his units, it's so tough to pull this off.
A great concave setup here for Creator. He's got a Warp Prism. This could be great for backstabs after the attack. Dongrigu, is he really going to commit to this? He has a lot of Banelings. Here we go. Force fields go down. Some of the Banelings get through, though. He needs to blink back.
A lot of them get through, and they were really well microed. Even Neural Parasite is used here. And this is so important. The Infestor is completely outside of the range. There are no Colossi. This was much better now than the last attack.
Yeah, a ton better, though. The Immortals, some of them still alive. He killed so many of them. And he will probably be able to get out with most of his Infestors. Creator a little bit nervous to blink forward with the possibility of Banelings on the map, so some of the Infestors getting away here. He's chasing still.
The Banelings getting in was definitely a huge win for DRG. And of course, DRG is on 4 bases against 3, so as long as he trades cost efficiently, he can just do it over and over again. He is still in the lead in army supply. We have it on the screen. We had it on the screen a second ago. So at this point, Hive Tech is done, +2 armor is nearly completed, +1 attack. Creator is struggling a little bit, is still fine, but he needs to get a 4th base or do some damage with his army.
Yeah, I really like what he's doing right now with the Warp Prism, trying to draw the forces away so he can snipe the 4th, and that's one of the scariest things Dongrigu's going to have to worry about right now. But Creator knows going up that ramp is so scary with the possibility of Fungals. If he catches his entire army and loses it, he's going to probably lose the game. This is kind of the only army he has right now because he doesn't have a 4th. It's not going to be something he can rebuild on 3 bases. Oh, here we go. Banelings rolling in again, and he connects all the Banelings actually to an Immortal.
Yeah, not the best trade here, but the rest of them aiming straight for the Stalkers. Can they pull it off?
A great split by Creator. Amazing, actually. Now he's going to be able to blink forward, and he's got the Warp Prism here. Cuts off the retreat of the Infestors. Dongrigu suddenly finds himself in a little bit of trouble here.
And everything is sniped. DRG is down to 130 supply. Creator with his Warp Prism was able to warp in Stalkers to snipe every single Infestor. And now he's moving onto the 4th base of his opponent. Those Lings, they are not enough. The upgrades, of course, better at this point for Creator as well. And he takes down this 4th base. Great position now for Creator to be in. The split early was ingenious. Good